Hello, dreamers. It's Kurt from the Dream Interpreters, and I'm excited to be with you today because I'm going to be interpreting some dreams that you guys have shared in the comments under the water dreams video. And I want you guys to know that if you have any dreams in the future that you want us to interpret, you can send them to the dreaminterpreters@yahoo.com. Please don't put them in the comments. If you want to just share your dreams, that is fine. So let's get to our first dream. A dream last night where I was walking over a long bridge and such a wide river. What does it mean? Well, bridges typically are transitions. They lead you from one place to another. And I would say that the bridge is a primary in this dream, and then the water in the river is secondary, because the water is an obstacle you're trying to get around or get over, and the focus is walking across the bridge. It's a transition from one place to another. And so this dream is speaking about a transition that you're either going through right now in your life or that's upcoming. Dream is from Poet 111, and they write, I dream that I'm walking on water. The ocean is clear and I could see my reflection, and then waves come and I start jumping and bouncing on them like you would a trampoline. What does it mean? Wow, Poet, this is a great dream. It reminds me of Peter walking on the water to reach Jesus. This dream is symbolic representation of your relationship with God and His Word. It's very interesting that you see your reflection in the water before the waves come. When the waves come up around Peter, he began to sink. When the waves came up around you, you begin to jump and bounce, which is very revealing. In other words, when you see the reflection of yourself in God's Word, which is an indication that you know your identity in Him, the waves and troubles in life designed to get you off balance cause you to jump and bounce like you're on a trampoline, meaning you are not only having fun as you approach God in your relationship, but you know how to handle troubles and trials by using them to get higher. This is a fantastic dream. Thank you for sharing. Rai wrote, I'm usually on a shoreline or beach. I'm flying or falling over water and see an entity of some sort in the water. I'll retreat from the water but never fall in if I control my mind and think the danger away. That's a very interesting dream because it hints at lucidity. You're not wanting to approach the water because there's some kind of danger in it. You see an entity, which is very interesting. Put together with the fact that you're floating or falling over the shoreline. Now, shorelines are where two things come together. The land and the water meet at the shore. And so you're suspended over two things. So land typically represents the way of man or the thinking of man. Water typically represents spirituality, how to think spiritually and spiritual relationships, things like that. Context is vital to understanding this dream. And when I talk about context, we're looking for light or dark. We're looking for your emotions and we're looking for the setting. So we have the setting. The setting is suspended over land and water, right at the beach. But we don't necessarily have all the emotions. We see that you're apprehensive in entering the water or going near the entity and you think the danger away. But we don't know if it's night or day or dusk or sunrise. That really makes a difference on the context of the dream, which will in turn affect what the dream means. It seems like you're not wanting to make contact with this entity. You didn't mention if you had fear or not, but if you did, that would be a negative meaning for the dream. Water in the negative aspect can still represent spirituality, but it's not spirituality that leads you to God. Something is cloaked within this spirituality that you see, so your life is suspended over the shoreline where land and water come together. That seems to indicate that you're between two places, that there is a not maybe transition, but a decision to be made. Which way will you go? The water seems frightening because there's an entity in it. And whether or not it's light or dark, night or day when this is happening, will give you a hint if this is a warning dream or if you're just seeing something more in spirituality than what you had seen in the past. And this may be something that you're unfamiliar with. So fear will give us a hint whether you're seeing God or whether you're seeing a false spirituality. Again, the meaning of this dream depends greatly on the context. So if we had those other elements, I could definitely give you the meaning of this dream. But I want you to take a look at your life and see if any of that stuff I said applies and let us know. It's time for the Dream Insight about water. What most of us think of water is that it's fluid, it's liquid, it moves around a lot, and it's very, very deep. Water can indicate a depth of something. If you're in the shallows, it means that you're only a little ways in. And if you're in the depths over your head, it could mean over your head. Now, someone commented that in their dreams, the water represents finances being over your head and in too deep and things like that. That would be determined by context and what resonates with the dreamer. If you feel like spirituality doesn't resonate with you when it comes to water, then that water could be a reflection of something else. And you could get to that meaning by having a word play, like in too deep or over your head, or some other phrase that we use to describe a situation that really has nothing to do with water or spirituality, but has something to do with another specific subject, like finances. So it's Kurt signing off for the Dream Interpreters.